In 2015, a developer named Toby Fox has released a game called Undertale, and it took the internet by storm. From YouTubers like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, and other famous YouTubers playing the game, its popularity reached an all-time peak and it gave birth to something we call AUs. For anyone who doesn't know what AU is, it's a short term for the word alternative universe. It's where fans that love a specific media or a game and they add their own lore into it, making an alternative world. Many Undertale fans debate what the first ever AU was. Some say it's Underswap, some say it's Underfell, and some say it's AlphaTale. But to keep things short, I'll just assume it's Underfell because of its massive impact and the popularity it gained. Underfell was released in September 2015, and it was made in Tumblr by Vic the Underfeller. Tumblr is a website that basically gave birth to many alternative universes. Underfell was an alternative universe where every monster you encountered in the game was evil. Underfell inspired many other people to make their own AUs, which ultimately gave birth to a very famous AU that even I made an analysis video on called HorrorTale. HorrorTale was released in early 2016, a year after Undertale. Now, there are many AUs before HorrorTale, but the reason why I'm focusing on HorrorTale is because of the tragic downfall and the controversy the creator Sour Apple is going through. Sour Apple's first work on HorrorTale was posted on DeviantArt back in January 17, 2016, and this was the post. This comic panel showed a design of Sans and Papyrus, and we get a first look at Eliza. Sour Apple's caption says, "I wish Underfell had less goth and more horror. Which would you choose?" And that post was the beginning of a wonderful series. HorrorTale blew up after the game teaser dropped and it reached its peak. The series then died down until a video about HorrorTale dropped, excuse my non-humble ass, and then it gained decent traction again, introducing people who have heard of HorrorTale but haven't fully got into it a chance to enjoy it. Until Sour Apple has posted on their Patreon a drawing that left the community speechless. The picture was a drawing of an aged up Eliza, the main character of HorrorTale, and she was sitting on Sans' lap. Now, I can't fully show you the picture because... hold on, I don't need to explain you why I can't show you the picture, you fucking gooner. Anyways, after Sour Apple drew the main character of HorrorTale, which, bear in mind, in her own canonical comic, the character is stated to be 12 years of age, people were shocked and wanted an explanation, as why did she draw a minor in such an explicit manner? The comments on her tweets were mainly negative, and some death threats were even sent to her. Now, the fans of the comic thought she was a pro-shipper since she drew this and posted it without any context. A pro-shipper is a person who actively believes and consumes media of two characters being shipped together. But people are wondering, why did she draw this? And some say that the bills were high, some say that she was commissioned to draw this, and some say that she was genuinely a pro-shipper and she genuinely enjoyed it. The mystery left the fans confused until a user named Locke spoke up on Twitter. "Please don't send any hate to Sour Apple. I was the one who commissioned the piece. Sour was initially against it, but I kept asking over and over again for months. I'm really sorry to everyone I've made uncomfortable and destroying this community with my decision. It's my fault." This tweet confirmed the suspicion of fans that Sour Apple drew this commission, which ultimately lead people to think that she was a sellout. Locke then tweeted again, "I kept asking even though it made her uncomfortable. This does not reflect anything of what Sour Apple's characters at all. She just wanted to make a fan happy. It's all because of my stupid decision that this has happened. I'm really sorry for ruining this community. I'm sorry to Sour Apple and everyone in the HorrorTale community." Sour Apple was still receiving a lot of backlash and hate, and people were demanding Sour Apple to respond to the controversy and make a statement. And when she did, it got worse. You'd expect an apology, but no, she just doubled down. Drew one more pic of a grown-up Eliza enjoying her young adult life, tanning her gorgeous 18 and above self on a fantasy beach after uncanonically surviving HorrorTale many years ago for my Patreons. This response to the backlash made the fans even more mad at her, because this confirmed the fans' fear, which is that Sour Apple had no problems with drawing Eliza in such explicit manners. One thing that doesn't make sense is that the person who commissioned the art said explicitly that Sour Apple was against it and that it made her uncomfortable, but now Sour Apple is acting like this art is okay and she's doubling down pretending that nothing really serious is happening. If she truly is fine with it and sees no problem, why was she very hesitant and uncomfortable in the beginning? Some people are defending Sour Apple, saying that this is an aged up OC and she can do whatever it wants with the character, because again, this is her character. But other people point out that the character barely seems aged up, and in my opinion, that's a very good point. A good aged up character, for example, is Naruto and Boruto, or for example, Gojo from JJK. These both are aged up characters, and it's very easy to see the distinction between the child state and the adult state. Sour Apple's art, with all due respect, at the first glance was very difficult to make a distinction between the child state and the aged up state. With all due respect, the only thing she did was keep the face the same and just give her some curvy hips. That's like me photoshopping Anya and just giving her a curvy body and saying this is aged up. It clearly isn't. You need to put in the effort of making them actually look old. More backlash and hate was received after Sour Apple doubled down on the art and she decided to move her work on Patreon and cancelled HorrorTale for being released for free to the fans. Now, many people in my HorrorTale analysis video asked me to give an opinion and talk about the issue, but I generally think that it's very strange what Sour Apple did. Whether it's an OC or not, you still have to make an effort in aging up the character, not just slapping a curvy body around the character and saying it's aged up. And if you disagree, that's fine, but you can't deny the fact that the first time you saw this, you weren't a bit confused, like, wait a minute, that's the 12-year-old girl that Sarah drew? And the only distinction, bear in mind, is that one in the adult state has big hips. The face is exactly the same, literally the same. Now the issue is, I saw some comments by complete fucking weirdos that do acknowledge that it is NSFW art of a 12-year-old, but then it's just fiction, so it's fine. Yes, officer, he's right there, go get him. So you're telling me if I trace a body of a child in a very disgusting and sexual manner and just slap fiction on it, it's fine? And if you say yes, then yeah, that's still illegal. US Code 1466A, obscene visual representations of sexual abuse of children, shows that any person who, in a circumstance described in subsection D, knowingly produces and distributes, receives, or possesses with the intent to distribute a visual depiction of any kind, including a drawing, cartoon, sculpture, or painting that depicts a minor engaging in sexual explicit conduct and is obscene, or depicts an image that is or appears to be a minor engaging in graphic bestiality, sadistic or masochist abuse, and lacks serious, literary, artistic, political, and scientific value, shall be subjected to criminal penalties. Now, an argument is made is that the author grew up with the character and her OC aged up as well, just like how she aged up. And now, with all due respect, fine, you can say that, but at least make the effort of aging up the character instead of just slapping a curvy body and keeping the face exactly the same. But I do want to know, what do you think about the situation overall? Do you think that she did it for a quick buck and she sold out, or do you think she's still stuck in 2015 where pro shipping is still accepted? Now, to the people that accuse her of pro shipping, I kind of see where they're coming from, since there was a post that Sarah Apple commented on of a fan art of Eliza being in dog chains with I don't, what the fuck is this? But yeah, Sarah Apple commented saying, very edgy, very hot. What the fuck? Also, a few weeks ago, a couple of people begin to claim the AU for themselves and begin to say that they should separate the art from the artist, which I do think that they should separate the art from the artist, because again, I'm not going to deny the fact that she did write a good AU. My opinion on the quality of the AU is still the same, but my opinion on her is completely different. Now the question is, will I ever make more videos on HorrorTale? No.
Oh, so that's what happened to her. See, I was trying to know what happened to Sour Apple Studios, and this is what happened. Now, when I was a young lad, I was someone who waits for animators to do things. So there was an animation based on HorrorTale. I'm pretty sure you guys will know what I'm talking about, and that was what got me hooked to watching her channel. But I didn't know she was into pro shipping and thinking it was okay, and particularly when the character was 12 years old. Now, unlike the mob, if you guys noticed, each and every tweet is at least around 2025. Excuse my French for saying this, but we already spoke on that mob mentality. Now keep in mind, I don't know how recent that one was. She said that she was 12 years old, which is not okay, obviously. What the fuck? Why is the character even 12 years old? And see, that's that problem that I have with artists. Is one thing that this guy mentioned is that the character is still the same fucking face, but the body is what changed. And she didn't do that. So, like he said, she doubled down. I don't like that either. She was willing to double down and not even think, oh, this is disgusting. I'm not going to do what everyone else did. I can't do it because, first of all, convictions. I'm a convictions type of guy. I can't go by the mob and people calling people things that could put them in court. So I'm just going to say she's a very bad person. And what she did is disgusting. And I would rather keep it at that. But now that I know, ever since then, my sub has been unhooked from being even near her. So, yeah, if you know what unhooked should mean, it means I'm done. The fact the person thought it was okay and then they doubled down to troll their own audience, yeah, go ahead. Let's just have someone claim the whole thing for themselves. HorrorTale should be ours at this point. Just a whole team unit thing of community members who aren't like her. And yeah, but we should separate it from being called HorrorTale. Maybe HorrorTale AU, Alternative Universe. instead of making it something else entirely that is related to her and keeping it called HorrorTale. Like, let's start making our own community at this point. And like he said, like Kenine, I don't know how to say his name, no offense. Like he said, let's separate the art from the artist. So we're gonna do that. I'm going to do that personally. I'm still going to love HorrorTale, but I will never like the artist ever since finding out this information. So, hey, you learn something new every day. I'm just not gonna go, like I said, with the whole thing, because I've already explained that in another video. You can go ahead and watch it there, but I'm not gonna talk about like 36 times over. So, we're ending off this video with just disappointment to a teenhood series that I liked when I was, well, myself as a minor. I find that to be disgusting. The person just doubled down to troll their audience. So I don't want to talk about it and reiterate sentences anymore. We're done here. Peace out. Have a good one. Thank you guys for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Hi, I'm Lucy Christian. I am the voice of Otako Uraraka, and you should subscribe to Neusxanity's channel. Peace out!